Hi friends, welcome back. So we're talking about the housing market today, and we haven't done a housing video for a while, and I want to keep you updated and informed. As you know, the Fed recently had their rate decision regarding hikes or cuts, and they said, you know what, we're not doing anything. And so the current bet is maybe one cut this year, perhaps September, perhaps November, depends who you ask. My particular opinion on this stuff is don't do anything this year, wait till next year, and let's try to cool things off to try to bring prices down. And also to control inflation. I wanted to go over the housing market today because there's some really interesting data coming out from Zillow that sort of covers different regions and what's going on with prices. And if you're in the market either for buying or selling, I think you'll find this video really useful. Take a look at this. It says 30-year fixed mortgage dropped to 7% again. Today's mortgage rates for June 14, 2024. So this is the most recent mortgages. And essentially, I'm sure you guys know this, mortgage rates are much higher than they were before. So for those of you who got in at the bottom, we have some people in the community that like to talk about that. And obviously, if you're at 2%, you're like, yo, I'm at 2%, I'm doing awesome. But the problem is you're kind of stuck there, not buying or selling because why trade in to get a higher mortgage, right? If the average is around 7. The other issue as well is it depends on what region that you're in. And this is probably the most useful map for those of you who are considering, buying or selling. Depends where you are. Are you in a seller's market or a buyer's market? So the first thing that really stood out to me, and I was actually really shocked, I'm looking at the map here. And so the way this is that the blues and the purples are your buyer's market, that is. Your grays are neutral, and then the yellow and orange is your seller's market. And the reason I was surprised, I was like, I believe this is like Buffalo, New York, Syracuse, kind of up there. And they're saying that's a seller's market. So I was actually pretty surprised on that. If anyone's in that region, please let me know what's going on. I did not expect that. I guess there's a lot of demand to live up there. I don't know. I mentioned that because I've looked at housing prices up there and it's actually quite low. But there's not that many jobs. So I'm curious why that is. They're also saying here, seller's market on the West Coast. I mean, you can look at this. Much of the West Coast, right? So California, Oregon, right? Washington, etc. For those of you that part of the country, I'm sure you know, housing prices have not yet collapsed, and there's still people out there looking to buy. Same in the Northeast, right? Also a seller's market, and it's like this huge swath, is that a word? Swathway or area over here. And then I guess the really only region where the buying market is, right? So maybe you'll get better deals is in the Southeast, which is kind of interesting. And that sort of divides it up, and then you got the Midwest, and I guess you could argue that would be a seller's market. So oftentimes, again, guys, it depends where you are, and I just hope this data is useful for you, especially if you're thinking about changing markets. Where can you find deals? Are there any deals? You can see here, market moves closer to balance as sellers return and buyers balk, right? And essentially, it's interesting that the Zillow stuff was saying that even though mortgage rates are 7%, so much higher than they were, and in many markets, right, housing markets, prices are frankly too high. That's no other way to put it. And so buyers are like, oh my God, I don't want to pay that much. But sometimes life circumstances basically cause you to make a move. And this was some of the examples of sometimes the situation might be ideal financially, but just your life circumstances may put you in the market. So for example, and I'm going over this because just understand that you're not alone if you're in the situation. So change in household or family size, be it an additional member or less member for any number of reasons, right? Maybe the kids go off to college, or maybe you have a newborn, that kind of thing. So you're gonna change your home based on that. So some people are in that camp. Working remotely more often, right? So you don't have to go into work anymore. So you're like, you know what? Why am I paying all this money, say, to live in New York City when I can go, the suburbs by half an hour or wherever, even go to a different market and just work from home. New job or job transfer. It's another reason why people will change. Some people are retired. So then obviously you're going to be looking for different living circumstances. And I'll just tell you the truth. When you're older, go somewhere warm. I promise you, I want no more snow in my life. That's just me. No, especially even when I was young, I didn't like it. But especially when I'm older, I definitely don't like it. Get married, divorced, or separated, right? So change in marital status will put you in the market. And I know actually there's an interesting one, especially for young people. You guys probably know this. A lot of young people actually moved back home with their parents during the pandemic. Just everything was too expensive. You might have had difficulty with job situations, but you entered the dating world, you find someone, time to get a new place together, right? Or maybe you're living with someone, yeah, unfortunately it didn't work out, and now to get a new place by yourself. So that sort of is one of the reasons why the market will never disappear. That's why I'm showing you guys this thing, because sometimes you're looking at the price of things, like a mortgage, like, oh my god, no one's doing anything. But there always will be someone in the market, right? For some sort of life circumstances why they need to change their conditions. Working remotely less often, right? So here you're just like, you know what? My work promised that I could work from home. Now they changed their mind. Some companies do that, which is like really mean, to be perfectly frank. And for anyone who's experienced that situation where you had planned your working conditions to be a certain way, and so you sold your home, moved somewhere else, and it's like, no, you got to come back. That would be really awful. Job loss or involuntary unemployment, right? This is an unfortunate situation, especially for people, say in tech or finance, are being laid off lately. And this is something I always, share with you guys all the time, is plan for a rainy day. You just don't know. Always have a golden parachute ready. And this also to life event influence. And I think this is just adding up all the stuff together. So they're saying here, people who are selling, 80% of them is, some sort of life event. I guess was this people who are buying, 78%. So oftentimes people in this current market are buying or selling because something is happening in their life. What's going on with prices? So this is some data here. Growth in the Zillow Home Value Index slowed from 4.4 year over year in April to 3.9% in May. So prices are still going up a bit, as you can see there. And this is home values are now 45% above what they were before the pandemic. Moreover, take a look at this. It says there the typical home in the U.S. is $360,000. The typical monthly mortgage payment, assuming 20% down, is $1,931. And again, this depends what market you're in. So, the markets that I've seen in the USA are like, if you're on the coast, it can be easily double this, even triple. So this is actually quite low. But yes, there are some markets that you can still find a place, I guess. In the $300,000 range. It also says here home values climbed month over month in all 50 of the nation's largest metro areas, right? So prices are going up everywhere, like literally all 50 metros. And then these are the biggest gains. So again, I don't understand this, the Buffalo thing. So if you guys, if you're in that region, upstate New York, please let me know what's going on up there with the housing price. I didn't, that's crazy. Gains were in the biggest in Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, San Jose, and Hartford. Again, surprising. How can I say? Like the Hartford one, I'm really surprised in the San Jose. I mean, you would think that the sort of the tech land, right? That people would be, working from home and moving away. But I guess prices are never cooling down there. But yeah, some of these other ones, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Hartford, Cleveland. I don't know. I honestly don't know. The smallest monthly appreciation was in Austin, so that one was a bubble for a while. Not really going up anymore. Tampa, again, these are like places that they're going up, but just at smaller rates. San Antonio, Orlando, New Orleans. I think I know that Southern Florida was a bit of a bubble in terms of housing. I think Miami being one of them. I have no comment on Orlando. For you guys, you're in that area, you can let me know how prices are there. I'm assuming it's pretty high. I wouldn't doubt it. Also, too, here you have home values are up from year ago levels in 46 of the 50 largest metros. So annual price gains are the highest. So this is where prices are going up. San Jose, Hartford, San Diego, LA, and Boston. So you're looking at, God, San Jose, 12.7%. It's crazy. I mean, and you guys know this, like, we're talking about homes, like double digit, up is like nuts. Home values are down from a year ago. Okay, down from a year ago in three major metros, not that many. New Orleans down, Austin down, and San Antonio down. Also, too, one of the things that we always talk about is regarding the housing prices, is there inventory for people to look at? So this says here, new listings increased by 7.9% month over month in May. There were 12.6% more new listings compared to last year, and new listings are still 23.3% lower than pre-pandemic levels. So I think this is no matter what interest rates do, you got to have inventory to sell, to bring prices down, right? And if there's a shortage in whatever regions, it's going to maintain prices, right? And evidently too, also I was thinking about this as well. I wonder, because we've been talking about the work from home in this video, but I wonder how many out there you're watching this channel are actually indeed working from home. I know that there are so many companies that are saying, hey, we're more efficient. We need you to come to the office. And I think that's more the middle manager says that just so they can keep their job. From the worker's perspective, like, I don't want to do that commute. Forget that. But I'd be curious, just your guys' experience. Are you working from home? Did you work from home during the pandemic? And then, when did they tell you to come back into the office? And I've seen different reports on that. Also says here, price cuts and shares sold above list. Okay, so here's some important numbers here. 23.9% of listings in May had a price cut, right? So what is that, like 1 out of 4 in that range? They just, they couldn't find any buyers at that price, so they had to cut the prices. That's compared to 22.4% in April and 19.3% in May. So more people are cutting prices in the market here. And then it also says here, and this is where, it depends what market you're in. So you look at this one. 33.3% of homes sold above list price in April, up from 30%. So, this like kind of is like telling you opposite things. Like, okay, some listings are cutting, some listings are going up. But again, it depends, where you are. So anyway, I just wanted to share this, guys, with you, especially for those of you who are in the market. And you do want to track this stuff when we're talking about inflation, because, what the heck is going on with housing? And want to hear your thoughts. Which region are you in? And what are you seeing in your neck of the woods? And do you feel like where you live is affordable? I'd love to hear about this. And I'll catch you all in the next video.